program. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Hello, good afternoon. Yeah, my name is Joseph Mwangi. I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Vera, Dr. Ken, and Nathan. I'm glad to be here, and I'm a facilitator in this session. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Nathan Karanja, and I'm glad to be in this team to be here supporting all of us. And we'll be working this journey together so that we can just ensure that no one is being left behind. And I work here at the Kenya School of Government as the e-learning lecturer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're very privileged. You have very good facilitators for this program, so you are in very good hands. At least the next few weeks will be exciting weeks for each one of us. So I want us to just introduce ourselves. Please tell us, the participants, let us know your name and the institution you're from, and maybe one or two things about yourself, what you're expecting to get out of the program. Or maybe a challenge that you're facing that you hope the program will be able to address, so that as we start together. I know there's the formal introduction that is there on the LMS. Not all of us have been able to do it, but let us at least hear your voice, and if possible, let us see your face. Okay, thank you. So I will leave it open, and I will let each one of us go at our own pace as we introduce ourselves to the rest of the class. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Sylvia Talam. I'm here as a participant. I work at Kenya School of Government as a facilitator. I intend to improve the skills. I'm very passionate about online learning. I'm here to get to know how to manage online learning end to end. Not only as a facilitator, but how do you manage it if you're given a chance to manage it as probably with someone who has some ICT knowledge to learn more. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you. Maybe if Vera could allow me, just allow the KSG team to introduce, and then we move to another institution so that we go with KSG first.
Okay, thank you, Nathan. That is in order. So we could go to the KSG first.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, is that Timothy Ngule? We can hardly hear you. Please, if you're not speaking, kindly mute. We've been properly. Can we have the KSG team introduce themselves first? If you are a facilitator, if you're a participant from KSG, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Kisinga Timothy. I'm actually a member of staff at the Kenya School of Government E-Learning and Development Institute. I'm in the ICT department, and my expectation is to be able to get a better understanding so that I can better support other e-learning programs that we will be rolling out, as well as even have a more active role in assisting to facilitate. Thank you.
Timothy Ngule.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my apologies. I'm having an issue with my camera, but my microphone is on. I am Timothy Ngule. I work in ICT department in Kenya School of Government, Mombasa. I'm very glad to be here, and my expectations is that by the end of the course, I'll be able to better help people in navigating the issues on the LMS and be able to run an entire program smoothly as possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other person from KSG before we move to the Kisumu National Polytechnic? Let's go to the Kisumu National Polytechnic.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Felista Zobiero from the Kisumu National Polytechnic. I'm a trainer by profession, but my expectations for the training is most of all, I expect how to encourage trainers to have the attitude change and basically class control. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm called Emmanuel Omoduor. I'm a computer technician at the Kisumu National Polytechnic. So my expectation at the end of this course is to gain technical skills on how to effectively and efficiently manage e-learning platform. Thank you.
Any other person from Kisumu?
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm George Obo from the Kisumu National Polytechnic, a trainer. My expectation is to give technical skills in management of e-learning program, and another one is to learn effective approaches in facilitating e-learning and apply them at my place of work. And finally, attitude change towards online learning or e-learning that it has not been very well embraced. Thank you.
Thank you. You seems to be in the same room with someone else who is already also in the meeting. There was quite some echo in most cases, because for us, you have to be telling us like what are the possible things that are happening, because when you're facilitating, these are the things that will be happening. So you need to try and understand what might be the reason why we had some echo. And maybe one reason is maybe you are in the same room with someone else who is already in the meeting. I don't know, maybe we'll share that as we do the training. Let's, any other person from Kisumu?
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Otieno Alan from the Kisumu National Polytechnic. I'm a trainer, and towards the end of at the end of this training, I'd like to learn effective approaches in facilitating e-learning and applying them at my workplace, and class control, and also to gain more knowledge, the development to roll out of an e-learning program, and also to acquire technical skills in management of the e-learning program. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We can move on to Kisiwa. Lady, are you in?
Good afternoon, all.
Okay, go right ahead.
Good afternoon, all. I'm Nedi Sasala from Kisiwa TTI. Sorry, I'm traveling. You might not get me clearly, but you are together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's go to the Institute of Energy Studies and Research. Anne, I can see you, Anne. You can start us off.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Aran Muhu, and I'm glad to be part of this training. My expectation is to master all there is in as far as online facilitation is concerned, and also perhaps to learn tips that will encourage attitude change amongst our students as we now move to this new technology. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm Thomas Omwega from the Institute of Energy Studies and Research. My expectation is to learn more ways of how to develop the search platform and also encourage others in change of attitude to embrace it. Also, my expectation also to learn more on how to develop content and deliver the same. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other person from the Institute of Energy? Roslyn, Jackton, Salome, Johnson.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes, I'm Roslyn Wanyike from Institute of Energy Studies and Research. I'm glad to be here. My expectations are I would want to learn more on facilitation of online content, development of the content, and the running of the LMS platform. Thank you.
Thank you. Someone else from the Institute? We still don't have Jackton and Salome and Johnson. I think I want to take it back to our Deputy Director, Vera.
Much. I'm happy to hear one of the things that is recurring is that change of attitude, because that is a major thing that we will cover. In fact, in the very first lesson, the very first module, we talk about the different facilitations and also the change in attitude and what is different in e-learning, so that even once we ourselves are able to understand it, then we can also portray the same to our participants and even to our fellow colleagues who might not quite understand what e-learning is. And I think I just want to encourage us that we are on the right track. Like if you have taken the first session where we are doing the getting started, the course orientation, you will find that what we are learning is something that I think will place us way ahead of many of the people who are not yet quite embracing e-learning, and therefore that makes us champions of the various institutions where we are. So I want to just appreciate the fact that we have 4 institutions that are going to be with us throughout this training. We have our KSG. We are continuing to build our own internal faculty and our own internal IT capacity as well. So we are very excited when we have our fellow colleagues who are part of the training. I think for the institutions that are attending for the first time, it will be encouraging for you to know that it's not a one-off. So even for the other programs that we will run, you can still get other colleagues to come and join the training, because it's not possible for everybody to be trained at once, but we do it in batches depending on availability and also depending on resources. So we are very happy to have them here. I'm also very excited to have Kisumu Polytechnic here with us. and you have expressed the desire to build your capacity and to also understand how to design and develop and deliver programs. We believe that will be done throughout the program. We also have Institute of Energy Studies, IESR, and we are so happy to have you here. This has been a journey for us. We have been talking for a while, so we are very happy to finally be able to take off with this program. And we do want to assure you that we are willing to work together to build the capacity of the Institute. And even for Kisiwa, Nedi, you might be alone, but you're not alone. You're in the midst of a group of people who are willing to learn and who are there to work with you to make sure that even when you do go back, you become a champion at Kisiwa as well. And we get more people able to join. I can see there's a message on the chat from somebody who's saying that they're having a bit of a challenge with the mic and with their camera. I think that is Charles Mboy. Charles, the good thing is we are recording it, so we will make the recording available on the platform afterwards. So if you're not able to follow completely now, we will make sure that you get the recording so that you can also follow it afterwards at maybe a slower pace and where you can be able to get everything that is being done. But Charles, welcome. I'm not sure which institution, Charles, you're from. If I look at my list, Charles is from Kisumu Polytechnic. Charles, welcome. Thank you for joining us as well. Now, I just want us to just get a brief overview of the program. I think if you have gone through the first unit, I want to emphasize the importance of going through all the content in the program. When you log in, the very first unit is the one that we call Getting Started, which should take you through the orientation of the entire program. There you'll be able to find the welcome video, which will give you an overview of the program, the units that are covered, and the main objectives that we have in this program, which is not only to expose you to e-learning, but also to give you the practical aspect of you being able to design the learning content, the e-activities that you're going to be able to use as you train. Then you'll also get the opportunity to do the assessments so that you yourself are able to develop assessments for your learners. And then not only that, the next thing that you're actually going to be able to do in this program is you're going to develop a program, a mini course, what we are calling just a module, where we will come together as institutions. We are going to be in our groups, and because we might be able to create something that is similar or a similar area of expertise or concentration that we may want, we're going to put us in institutions. Also because of ease of meeting, discussion forums, work that needs to be done might be easier when you're from the same institution. So you will get an opportunity to be able to actually practice and develop a course, do the activities, do the assessments, and then at the end of it, you're also going to train that particular program so that we will want to be able to see how you yourselves are tracking your participants online, or rather you're able to at least get people to take part and see how the program can be run. So it is a complete program that takes you full circle. And the good thing is that you start off you as a participant. So in this case, you're both going to be a participant in this program, but by the end of it, you're going to be a facilitator in your own program so that you can also track and see how the other people are taking it. So we are intending it to be 360, where you come in as a participant and leave as a facilitator. And the good thing is that it is spread over 5 weeks. So there's enough time for you to be able to interact with our facilitators and to interact with fellow participants. Each unit has various activities that allow interaction amongst yourselves as classes, as fellow participants, through the discussion forums, through the quizzes, so you can be able to at least get to understand and get to know one another, even just from the questions. And then even the group work. You will be given group work, which you will be doing beginning this week, where we will put you in groups to begin to think about the program, think about the challenges that you're facing and think about how you can be able to resolve what it is you're doing through e-learning. So I promise you it will be very interactive. And I do want to say right from the beginning, please set time aside early to be able to do your work. As much as possible, if you can set aside an hour and a half every day, that will be good. If not, you can be able to set 3-4 days aside every day. That will be good also, so that you do not fall behind and you're able to submit your work in good time. You're able to take part in the discussion forums. You're able to answer questions from the facilitators, answer concerns from your fellow participants, and you will find that we are able to move together. So set time aside, regularly visit the learning management system. There's a lot of resources that are there. You'll find videos, you find reading material, and then there's also a very important aspect, something that we find that is very good for this particular class and for all the classes that we have, what we call the parking lot. Now, the parking lot really is an opportunity for you to be able to go and raise any question that you have, any concern that you have. Maybe you have learned something and you want to ask, or you want to contribute, or you want to just share, or you need some clarification. Please feel free to go and start a thread in the parking lot. And this is also an opportunity. This is not only for the facilitators. For example, George may be having a concern about stakeholders in e-learning. And somebody like maybe Felicitas, you have a view on it. So Felicitas is free to go and respond to what George has said. And then Neddy also has something that she wants to say. So Neddy can go and respond. So you find that doing that, you yourselves might even have better experience and lessons learned from one another than we can give as facilitators. So the parking lot is an open forum, not only for the facilitators to be able to answer, but for you yourselves to ask questions, to seek guidance, and to be able to share views among yourselves. So the parking lot is an important one, and we encourage you to use it as much as possible. Now, I don't want to talk too much. I want to open it up, and I want to ask Nathan to just say a few words. And then after that, we want to open it so that we can address any concerns you have, any challenges you have, clarifications you have about the program, something that you're finding maybe a little different and a little strange on the learning management system. We are here to help you so that we are able to take this journey of e-learning together. Thank you very much. Over to you, Nathan.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vera, for the explanation, for the brief. I may not have so much to add from that. I just want to paint a picture of how the program would look like, and some activities and what is expected. And with that, I want to take us through the timeline of the 5 weeks and what is expected from us, and the platforms that we'll be using, because we'll not just be using the learning management system. We have 2 other platforms that we'll be using for the purposes of us coming up with learning through this course. So now we have 2 main aspects of this course. And one aspect is the learning content. The learning content is what you'll go to the LMS, see videos, download materials, respond to questions on the LMS. We have another aspect, the second aspect of this, or the second component of this, which is the project. So those 2 will run concurrently. You'll be learning at the same time you will be doing your project. So as Vera has said, the goal of the final product of the project is a course that is developed that you will enroll others as participants and take them through. That is a prerequisite requirement, especially that final part is a requirement for successful completion of this training. even if you do everything else and you don't have the practical at the end, it is still based on the curriculum of this particular course. It's a requirement that you need to do that. You need to enroll other participants to your course and facilitate them through or take them through the course for you to successfully complete this particular course. Now, I don't want to deal so much with the first part or the first component, which is learning content, because that is information that is there on the e-learning system. Okay, all of it is there, but you'll start with the introductions for the content. The second unit will deal with the e-activities and e-resources, where you'll now be looking at how to come up with the learning objects. That is next week. And then the third week, we'll be looking at the methodologies for online learning. How then do we integrate the sound methodologies and approaches? The fourth week, we'll be looking at the assessment, assessing learners, and integrating assessment in our learning. And then the final week will be more practicals. So that is the first component of it, that we'll be looking at the learning content. I want to spend just a few minutes on the project because that is where we need to get a lot of skills, a lot of practicals inculcated into this. And the other reason why we need to really emphasize on this from the word go is because what you get from that component is dependent on your effort into it. It's dependent on how you can stretch your creativity, your imagination, how you engage the coaches. A coach will be assigned to you for that purpose, and how you also engage us, all of us, in terms of coming up with a course. Therefore, it's very important that we emphasize on this as at now. The instructions are on the e-learning system. And what will happen for the project? The project, we are going to use two separate systems. One of it is a portfolio. A portfolio, we are going to use Google Sites. We chose Google Sites intentionally because we needed something that is accessible even after the course. And what you are going to do, you are going to have your discussions, and in a number of cases, you'll be told or you'll be given instruction that post that information on your portfolio. When you talk of portfolio, we mean Google Site. A Google Site, one of you in your teams will create that site. There is a video on how to do that on the e-learning system. You're going to create the Google Site and invite your team members as editors so that you can collaboratively work on your site. If, for example, you are supposed to work on a course concept, because that is the work for this week, by Friday, we would want to see a course concept ready. And that course concept is not being done on the e-learning system. It's being done on a portfolio, on a common portfolio for all of us. And therefore, immediately after this, we'll hit ground so that we make sure that by Friday, and I'll tell you why it's very necessary to have this by Friday, so that we are ready by Friday. We have identified the area of the course that we are going to develop. We have already, there's a document that you will see on the e-learning system and a capstone project that shows exactly what will be required in terms of this. And then you post this on the portfolio, on our portfolio. Our portfolio, we have said, it's a Google site. And one person will create and invite others as admin. If you have any challenge, you can get in touch with us. And as you've said, each of the organization will be clustered. We have clustered Kisiwa and the Kisumu National Polytechnic, so that they can form a team We also have KSG, and we have the Kenya Power. And therefore, those are 3 teams. Each of the teams will be assigned a coach. And we'll be working with you now through that. Our work is not actually to work, is to guide through, is to guide through. And therefore, that's what I'm saying. A lot of it will be expected from us, our initiative, and our creativity. Now, this week, we are coming up with a concept. That concept will be posted on our common portfolio. Now, next week, these timelines are important. Next week, we will be, okay, before I go to next week, there is something else that will happen this week. We have also, we've talked about the portfolio, which will be on Google Sites. We have also come up with a learning management system that is for training purpose. It's actually a site, we are calling it Sandbox, because it's actually on a test environment. Now, the reason we have come up with this Sandbox is so that we can have an LMS where all of us will have rights to do many things without really fearing that it's a live system that is hosting other participants. And this will be for us to really explore, do many things. And therefore, one other task that you will see this week is also on the e-learning system, is that you're supposed to create your account on the Sandbox and try to explore a little bit. Those who create accounts, you're going to give them rights that will help them explore. At some point, we will take some of those rights so that now you get rights based on the programs that you have. But to begin with, they're going to give you some rights to help you be able to explore, do many things. So this week, it's an open week. Create your accounts on the Sandbox. The link to create the Sandbox account is on the e-learning system. So you just need to create there. I'll also share this even on WhatsApp, even after this, so that you create accounts and explore that LMS. That gives you an opportunity to have first-hand interaction with the LMS in an environment that is very safe. Now, you need to do those 2 things this week: the concept and explore, creating accounts on the Sandbox, and exploring and just getting used to the Sandbox. Now, that takes us to next week. Next week, based on the concept that you'd have created, you will come up with the learning activities and actually create them on the Sandbox. So we expect next week, we are going to have the courses. By the end of next week, our courses need to be ready on the LMS or on the Sandbox that we will have created. And that will mean that now we need to explore as a team, come up with that course, do a few things to make sure that the course is good. Because by the end of that, then we expect all of us to be able to have created the course. Week 3, we'll be looking at the methodologies, and the big question we'll be asking is now, how then do we integrate methodology? How do we make sure that the approaches you use for that course that you have done online, you have some things to motivate learners, the things you're talking about in terms of encouraging learners, ensuring that the approaches you have used in terms of facilitating different aspects of your course as a sound and is something that would work. So we will spend so much time improving our course that we'll create next week to make sure that it integrates methodologies. Now, that will be on week 3. Week 4, we are going to have a number of things, about 3 things. The first thing you will do in week 4 is to make sure that your courses, your learners have assessment. They will be assessed. You know how they will be assessed, and you have already included assessment in your learning. So if it's still being built up on the concept that you are building this week. And then the other thing that you'll do, you'll also test. Make sure that all links are working, everything is working, and your course is set. The other thing that you'll also do is to set parameters ready for enrollment. I will show you the parameters that the course is ready for enrollment. The participants have, even if they get in, they cannot, you put some holds, completion criteria for different things, and then you also enroll the participants. That is week 4 will be quite a busy one, because week 5, it will be practical. Based on how you have prepared, then that's when now our houses will be tested with fire. If you prepared well, we work with us to make sure that your program is good, then it will be very easy in week 5 to implement. So you'll not walk this journey alone. We'll be working with you. We'll be together through as you walk through that. If we do that and be very successful by the end of week 5, I tell you, that will be a life-changing experience in terms of your, in terms of online facilitation. And therefore, let us not take any chance to waste any time or to miss any deadline or timeline. We make sure that by the end of this week, we have put on our sandbox and have our concept ready and published on the portfolios. Next week, our courses are ready on the LMS. Week 3, the methodologies and approaches are integrated, and our course is now richer and good. Week 4, assessment, it's done, courses tested, and courses put ready for enrolling participants, and also the participants are enrolled. And then week 5, we have our final project presentation, and that's it. Now, I think I've said many things. Let me say, as I conclude this, that we are here to support you. And then we will be here to make sure that everything is going on well. We have put a number of holds on our system. You cannot move on until you do certain things. For example, unless you've been given a 1-star general award, you cannot even start unit 1. What that means is that for you to show that you have completed the orientation, you need to be given an award. So if you still don't have an award, then know that there is some activities that are not done. So all of them, all of the units will have some holds that you must complete something for for you to be able to progress on, and you'll be knowing this by being given an award from the 1-star general to 6-star. That is even bigger than the 5-star that is there, and so those are the generals who will graduate. So I don't know how many of us here. I think I've seen about 7 by the time sometimes earlier. I don't know how many of us now have at least a star on their shoulder to show that they are now qualified in that area and ready to move on. I want to give it back to Vera. I think I took quite some time more than I was given. Over to you, Vera. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nathan. I just want to emphasize one thing. That is that please, I'm sharing this. Please, if you want to have a good time in this program, there's this first unit that we are calling Getting Started. Even those of you who are lecturers in KSG, believe you me, there are very many new things in this program that you do not know. So do not assume that because you maybe have taught one program online that you're good to go. No. This is a program that is teaching you a lot that you need to know in facilitation. And if you go there, there's this particular one, what Nathan has been saying, please go through this section on getting started. Go through each and every item. Make sure you go through the how-to video tutorials. It will show you everything that you need to know about the program. Go through the course orientation workshop. Please do the forum introductions. And then another very important thing that Nathan has been talking about is this one, the capstone project platforms. So right now you may have been wondering, what is all this that he's telling you? You will find that there are two very important platforms that he's talking about. That is this one, working with Google Sites and working with the sandbox, the portfolio and the sandbox, the portfolio and the sandbox. You will hear that mentioned over and over and over again. So make sure you get it right from the beginning. Go watch the videos that are there. Watch what it is that's telling you about working with the sandbox. Understand what we mean when we talk about the sandbox. So please create your own account. Please, I repeat, go, make sure you complete the getting started. Make sure at least get it done by today, latest tomorrow, because if not, you will find that you're lagging behind, because we want you to start the getting started, and immediately after that, you need to be able then to go to module 1 or unit 1, which is introduction to online facilitation. So please, please go look at it, find out what it is that you need to know to get the program starting, read through. If there are still questions, you can engage with us. You can engage with us through the WhatsApp forum. The WhatsApp forum is very easy, where you ask. There are many of us who can be there to support you. There you can call us if you really want, or if necessary, you can use us. You can reach us on the, somebody's, Nathan, please mute. I don't know who that is. Or if not, you can also reach us on the parking lot, and you can call us. If you need to inbox each one of us individually, please go ahead and do that. But the WhatsApp forum should be adequate. We'll be there to try and assist you as quickly as we can. The idea is to make your transition and your class as quick and as interactive as we possibly can. So I want to open it up now and say, please, if you have any questions, we want to allow you to ask. If you have any clarifications, please feel free to ask. We are here for you now. And maybe before I proceed, I want to just introduce you to your facilitators and to your group coaches. Like Nathan says, this journey, you're not going the journey alone. It is important for you to have a trained, qualified facilitator who can walk with you through this journey. And that is why we have very good facilitators who are working with you through this journey. We were here, this program was also developed in partnership also with them. And we have Joe Wamuga will be taking the KSG team. So Joe will be the coach for KSG. He will work with you, he will walk with you. And any questions that you have, even as you form your team together, kindly liaise with Joe. You can also contact him, and you can agree on a time when you might want to meet outside the regular time that we have here. And then the team from Kisumu Polytechnic and Kisiwa Technical, you will have Dr. Ochilo, who will work with you. Dr. Kennedy Ochilo will be your coach. That is a team of 6. So you will be working with him. You can bounce ideas that you have off with him. He should be able to assist. And then Kennedy, thank you, Mr. Dr. Ochilo, will be with the Kisumu team. And then the team from Kenya Power IESR, your coach is Nathan. Nathan Karanja will be with you. So Nathan will work with you if you have any challenges, whether it's working with a sandbox, working with your portfolio, creating any concept that's difficult to work, especially in your capstone project. This is where you will need practical assistance with your coach. Please reach out to them and make sure that you're able to also get in touch with them, at least on a regular basis, on a weekly basis maybe, and then maybe as you get towards the end, you will get in touch with them. If you can, you will also learn. This engagement is possibly going to be online, definitely. So we also want you to record your sessions. Get into the discipline of every time you set up a chat session, record your session and keep it as part of your portfolio. Include it so that all the resources you have, you will be able to refer to them several times, because he might tell you something, you might not be able to get it too much, but as you listen to it over and over again, you're able to do it. So please begin to build your portfolio. Whenever you have a meeting, Remember to record it and remember to upload that video onto your own portfolio so that you can be able to get assets to help you as you continue. We are training you to be facilitators, and like Nathan said, we are hitting the ground running. So now I open it up for any questions and any concerns that you might have. You're welcome. Any questions? Any questions we might have from Kisumu Polytechnic, Kisumu National Polytechnic? Any questions?
Hello.
Hello, Felicitas.
Thank you, Vera, for that presentation. My concern is on the timing. We have had this webinar from 2:30, and I'm afraid for myself, and I'm hoping I'm also speaking for the Kisumu team, 2:30 may not be a very appropriate time for us to be meeting weekly. So I was of the opinion if the class session, say if you're meeting weekly, if it can be changed either to 4 p.m., it would be appropriate. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Felicitas. Could I get feedback from the rest of the team? What does the KSG team feel, and what does the Institute for Energy Studies and Research feel? Are you in class during that time? Would you like us to meet at 4?
Yes, this George.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, George, go ahead.
Yes, it's a serious challenge because now we are supposed to be in class. Okay. And a good number of us, like me, Alan, and Felicitas, currently we are supposed to be in class.
Okay.
So if it will be weekly, it will affect our class attendance.
Okay.
So I don't know if 4 will be appropriate.
Okay. So we've had, okay.
How are you, fella?
Yes.
From KSG Embu also, I would suggest, because of the work we have.
Yes.
I think 4 would be appropriate.
Okay. Okay, then if we are in agreement, our facilitators, I think we are open to that. We can be having our sessions from 4 so that you're able to attend to your participants and not miss in delivery.
Maybe Vera, if I may, I had received a request. Actually, that one was weird because I was talking about past 7 from Kenya Power. Has anyone from Kenya Power said anything about? Have you heard from Kenya Power? Rose?
Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
This is Thomas Omega again.
Yes, Thomas.
So when this meeting was scheduled for this time, we had requested if it could be posed to after 5, because we are also facing the same challenge. But we are told that since there are many organizations involved, it was not possible. In fact, that's why most of us are not, most of the participants from Kenya Power are not attending, because they were engaged elsewhere.
Okay, there we have it. I think then we've heard from the organizations, Kenya Power, KSG, and also Kisumu Polytechnic. I think we can agree to move it on Thursday at 4 p.m. Our facilitators, are we okay with that, Dr. Ochilo, Joe?
Yeah, thank you. 4 p.m. is okay with me. That is perfectly in order.
Me too, no problem with 4 p.m. on Thursdays.
Okay, thank you. So then we're in agreement, we move live sessions to 4 p.m. Thursday. So at least that gives you enough time to go through the content, and also any questions that you have, we can be able to address them on Thursday. And the live sessions are basically a time for us to review what we have learned that week, to address any challenges that may have been going on, may have faced during the week, And then also it's just going to be a summary of what we have learned, a summary of the units, an overview. And then also if there are any presentations to be made, they will be made during that time. So you should be ready for that. Means from 3, if we go from 4, we can be able to finish at 5, latest 5:30, because we put 1.5 hours. So we should be able to go from 4 to 5:30. Thank you very much for bringing that up. It was very important for us to agree on that. Thank you. Any other concern? Kisumu? Kisumu, Polly? Kenya Power, KSG, any concerns? Okay, I can see Sylvia is asking us to share the session recordings. Yes, after every lesson, we will be uploading the recordings. So shortly after this, our IT team should be able to record and we will let you know. We will also be posting on the WhatsApp every time there's a meeting. We will share the link on the WhatsApp and we will also let you know immediately the video is uploaded so that you're able to access it. Thank you, Sylvia, for bringing that up. You will get the session recording. Okay, Anne, you have a concern?
Vera, thank you.
Yes,
Vera
please.
Vonyo.
Yes.
Kindly, I also wanted to congratulate the organizers of this session because we was been struggling to enter, but as they just simplified it and that they put it just a link, I have just entered without a problem. Some of my colleagues did not enter because the challenge was not easy, so they could not be able to enter. This is the easiest way that you have made it, and thank you very, very much for that.
Thank you. We will be making the link available. If you look at the LMS, at the bottom of every week, we will have the link for the meeting. And immediately the meeting is over, we will upload the recording. But like I say, Mr. Nyabuto, thank you. We will also be making it available on the WhatsApp platform. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Ochilo?
Just a minute. No comment, really.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
No comment. I'm okay.
Okay. Thank you. Any comments in the platform? We are still open. Can I do a final round? Any comments, KSG team? Okay. Any comment from Kisiwa? Okay. Any comment from Kenya Power? IESR? Okay. Any comment from Kisumu Poly? Okay. Then I will assume that we are good to go. I will therefore wait to see you tuonane mtandao. I'm waiting to interact with you with the discussion questions. They are already posted. And please, like I say, go through getting started. Start immediately. Dive into the unit 1. Answer the questions, and we will meet again on Thursday at 4 p.m. So thank you. Remember to reach out to us in any way you can. We are available. We are there for you. We want to make sure that this is as successful as possible. So thank you. Thank you very much. Can I request somebody? Nathan?
Maybe Vera, before we go, let's give some guidance regarding the groups. We need the group leader for each of the organization. each of the three groups, and then the group leader will create a WhatsApp group and include the coach. That is very important. So do we have someone who will do that from Kenya Power?
Yes, we had Rosaline who has been coordinating the training.
Yes.
So I propose that she continue doing the same.
Okay. Thank you. Kisumu Poly and Kisiwa.
For Kisumu Poly, Madam Felicitas will be our team leader.
Okay. Kenya School of Government.
KSG,
So-
can we have the only lady?
Sylvia. So the team leaders will make sure that the tasks as you have given them are done. And the first task is to create WhatsApp group and then include the coach. And then after that, we are able now to make sure that now whatever we've agreed is being done. Thank you. Over to you, Vera.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Nathan, for that. Thank you. We would have gone without that closing thing. So it's very important to have been raised. So we will, Felicitas Obiero, remember your coach is Dr. Ochilo. Rosalind Wanyoike, your coach is Nathan Karanja. Sylvia Talam, your coach is Joe Wamuga. We will get in touch with you. We will also give you the contacts of your coaches so that as you develop your teams, you move with them right from day one and you can work and progress with them right till the end. So thank you very much and God bless you. Have a good 3 days. We will meet on Thursday. Thank you very much. Can I have a volunteer to close for us with a word of prayer? Any volunteer to close for us, please? Nathan?
Okay, let's breathe and pray. Mighty and everlasting Father, we thank you for the opportunity to have this journey to learn how to facilitate. We want to commit our experiences to you, God, that you may help us see them rich and that they may feed into our work and to our organization. At the end of it all, we'll see you work in us and empower us. We commit ourselves to you, our health, our families, and everything, Father, that will be there within this time. We commit ourselves to you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.
Thank you and all the best.